everyone, Barbara Zinda here from Better Together Life Coaching. Do you ever feel like you have 47 windows open in your brain and none of them are responding? That's called mental gridlock, and it's when your mind is so overloaded with ideas and tasks and distractions and options that you can't make progress on anything. In today's world, we're constantly tempted by new information. One more podcast, one more article, one more shortcut to success, one more video, right? But all of those open tabs, mentally and digitally, create confusion instead of clarity. And that's what we're looking for, right? Is clarity on what's my purpose? What should I be focused on? The truth is we don't need more information. We need focus. We need to use what we already know. Imagine standing at a trailhead. I hiked the Tahoe Rim Trail. It's 165 miles around Lake Tahoe. Gorgeous, highly recommend. There were times when there was more than one path that I could take, right? I could go one way to go down to a lake. I could go the other way to get to my camp spot, or I could maybe climb to the top of a peak. Either way, I made a decision and chose which direction I was going to go, and that's the direction I went. And when you do that, when you make a choice, because you can't walk them all at once, when you choose one and commit to moving forward on that one path, something powerful happens. You actually wear that path down and you get used to it. You learn the terrain, you move faster. It makes me think about, I had some family members living with me and they had blue heelers, and these dogs are cattle dogs. They like to run and they do it in a path. And as they did it for several months, it wore down a path in my backyard. So instead of having grass, I had my blue heeler path where these dogs would run, right? Well, they've moved out and now the grass is moving back. The trail is no longer being used, so the trail is no longer needed. That's what happens in our brain. That's what happens with the neural pathways. The way that your brain works is through repetition and focus. These neural pathways go from non-existent to a dead grass path or a trail that you're going to choose to go down and get used to and get better and better at, right? Let's bring some scripture in. So Proverbs 4:25 says, "Let your eyes look straight ahead. Fix your gaze directly before you and do not swerve to the right or the left." God isn't just calling us to, do life well and be good and avoid sin. He's inviting us into clarity, into alignment, and a steady, focused forward movement where you're focused in on your purpose and you know your one thing that you're moving towards. So the turning point comes when we decide, I'm going to focus on one thing today. Maybe it's the one thing you've been avoiding, the thing that's not shiny or new, but you know it moves the needle. Ask yourself, what's the well-worn path in your life that you need to get back to? Not relearning something, not trying something new, but getting back to what you know works. Clear through all that clutter and focus on your one path. You don't need a new idea. You need a faithful step. And you're not alone. That's exactly what we're doing in group coaching Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Better Together Coaching does some group calls. It's just 15 minutes of clarity to stay focused, faithful, and better together. Knowing we're not alone and there's others that face similar issues is so helpful. So close the extra tabs, pick your path, and walk it with purpose. Join us for group coaching. I'd love to see you there. Either way, we're better together. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day. Stay encouraged, everyone.